And I messed up there. Hold on. Let me just do this. Get it all ready. Drop the intro. There we
From
go.
the Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker. We're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump, live.
Whatever. It's close enough. All right, guys. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I concentrate on sports. Yes, I concentrate on sports. I'm just joking. We are brought to you by 1776 Supply. 1776 Supply Co. is where you can get everything you need. And they have 3 Ghost Gunner 3s in stock. I noticed that today. So if you're looking for a Ghost Gunner 3 and you don't feel like waiting, they have 3 ready to ship. So if you go to 1776 Supply Co. and you can go ahead and pick up that Ghost Gunner. Yes, 1776 Supply Co. Thank you so much for sponsoring. Okay, guys, let me bring on my co-host. But you can always support me by going to johncrump.locals.com or flyingrich.locals.com if you want to support my co-host. His name is Flying Rich. Never mind.
Crumpy!
How are you doing, Rich?
Good. I like the shirt.
Thank you. We got a full show today, man.
Yep.
Okay, let me go ahead and bring on the Rogue Banshee. The Rogue Banshee, you might know, his name is Jason. And whenever Rich cannot make the show, he is usually the fill-in co-host.
Thank you, Jason.
But I need a pay raise when I fill in for Flying Rich, because I just feel kind of dirty sitting in his seat.
Ugh. Yeah, I gotta send Rich some Tufts tonight. Remind me.
Oh.
I've just been so freaking busy.
I usually do that when you run the Tusk commercial.
Yeah. Well, it's sponsored by 1776 Supply Co. today. So there you go. And we are joined by the one, the only Shooting Gallery New England, wearing the Aegis Gun Care hat in the shirt. Oh my God. All right, Aegis, you owe me some money.
He doesn't.
He's got Aegis boxers also.
I would rock Aegis boxers like you. Oh man, Rod,
Would you rock them at the range during one of your videos? I would. That would be interesting.
I keep telling him I could do a full spread calendar for him, but he's not taking me up on it.
I'd pay
so
you not to.
I am kind of disappointed at Apple.
Oh, what now?
Yeah, I called him up. I said, "Hey, man, I'm having
Did you call Tim? What's his name? Tim Cook?
Tim Cook?
No, I did not call Tim Cook. I don't know Tim Cook. Sorry, Rich.
What do you mean you don't know Tim Cook?
Who's Tim
Cook?
So you know what's going to happen next? John and I are going to be at a party. Tim Cook's going to be there, and he's like, "You know Tim Cook, right? Can you introduce me?" I'm like, "No, Crump. You know everybody." No, really. Introduce me to Tim Cook. I don't know Tim Cook.
No, I think I was trying to get my Final Cut. There's some problems with it, and they're like, "Oh, we've never seen that problem." It's like, okay, well, how can you help me fix it? Like, I don't know. We've never seen that problem.
Well, what problem are you having? Because I want to make sure I don't run into it.
But did you bring it to the Genius Bar?
I'm running Final Cut Pro now too. I need to know.
My third party plugin stopped working until I restart it, and I've like uninstalled everything. I blew everything away, reinstalled it, and it's having the same issue. Like
Now, is
all
this
the
on an
preferences and
M1?
everything. This is on an M1. It's not an M1 problem. I talked to because like some of the plugins are built for M1 and they just crash. So
Mhm.
I called up Apple and Apple's like, yeah, that's like a one-off problem. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, how can you?
I can
Can
guarantee
you guys help
no.
me? And they're like, yeah, we've never seen it. So no. Like, what do you
Wow.
mean you can't help me? That's all.
So
Oh.
I've got a 10-year-old MacBook Pro. I've got a GPU problem. I made like 3 backups of my hard drive. I got a screenshot and pictures on my cell phone of the kernel panic error, whatever it was. I bring it to Apple. I'm like, well, here you go. I make an appointment at the Genius Bar. Actually, 3 of us here are techies. Not to pick on you, Joe. Sorry. Do you know how insulting it
myself.
is to go to a place where these pizza delivery boys are now geniuses? I'm like, you were delivering pizza yesterday. Here's a core dump. Here's everything you need to know to diagnose the problem. Like, do you have a video of it having the problem? I'm like, it randomly happens.
Yeah, they told me like, well, you sound like you really know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, 'cause I told them everything I did, and they're like, well, you know,
You guys
that's
are all
more than
lucky
we would
because
even do.
the closest Apple store to me is in another time zone.
Really?
Yeah, closest Apple store to me is in Washington. I got to go 2 states.
No shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
I got an
you
Apple
think
store about
you think
45
Apple
minutes
wants
away.
to put an Apple store in Montana?
Well, is there a Best Buy or?
I think there is still a Best Buy around.
Okay. So, John, I don't know who John is, if that's somebody, a regular of the show. But John says Apple sucks. Oh, Aegis is out there. Hey, Rod, how's it going, man? Let me start clicking on comments because I got involved in what's going on here. So, I am not an Apple fanboy. I do like my MacBook Pro.
I have a Samsung here, so
Yeah,
I'm definitely
iPhone.
not
Yeah,
an
it's the
Apple
same thing.
fanboy.
I got Samsung.
I'm basically Android.
I'm an iPhone.
I'm Android everything else.
I'm Apple everything. Phone,
Yeah, you know,
computer,
phone,
M1
tablet,
Pro chip
Chromebook.
is where it's at.
Rod is asking, what are Apple stores? I used
Good.
to work like around the block from the one in Manhattan that was the Cube, the glass cube.
Oh,
will
okay.
be.
So the
So with
store is
that-
underground. There's just this glass cube above ground with like the Apple logo sandblasted into the glass.
That's cool.
So basically, they put like a little mini Mac up there.
Yeah.
You know, Mac,
It's like a
they put a
bodega,
Mac
bro.
Mini there, and underneath is an Apple store.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much so.
Okay, I want to. I before we get started, I do want to direct everyone to bellaswish.org, which is our virtual toy drive that we're doing. So if you want to help out with the virtual toy drive, bellaswish.org. There's only a couple days to help out. We're gonna pull it like Tuesday, I think. So
Oh
Joe's
shoot! I gotta donate.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
Joe-
haven't donated yet.
That's okay. Joe is going to advertise it tonight on his show.
Oh, and just
Be happy to.
before we get rolling, Joe has a show tonight at 7 p.m. So an hour after our show is done, and he's got Yehuda, the Pew Pew Jew, on. So you better say hi to him from me.
Yehuda's a cool guy.
Yep, love that guy.
He comes on our show a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We can
Yeah,
tell
I'm just
Joe.
trying to adjust my
Say it with a
camera
little
here.
bit more enthusiasm there, bud.
Well, I'm actually in the process of adding a link to my description before I forget. So, God forbid, I'm actually doing something constructive.
You're multitasking.
Yeah, so-
You know, I'm a multitasking machine. You know, I can swim like a dolphin and I can text while I walk.
Thank you so much, Kurt. 24. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So, let's do something kind of cool.
What do we do?
All right, we know there's a bunch of gun control that is coming down, and it's going to
What?
be basically
What? Really?
unstoppable.
Are we gonna go rhino
I've heard of
hunting?
it.
We're not gonna go rhino
And,
hunting.
and I
come on.
mean, like verbally, rhino hunting.
I don't know. Maybe we'll go. Never mind. I don't. wanna do that.
Unfortunately, so my weasel senators, I wrote them through GOA. So gunowners.org/action, and I suggest everybody go there. They have an easy way for you to contact your political critters, and my senatorial critters both gave me weasel worded answers.
Can
that
you
depend-
forward that to me?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah. So if it says we believe in the Second Amendment, they didn't say but the next paragraph was the but, and it said, this is from Rick Scott. It said we want to protect all innocent, blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, one doesn't wash with the other.
That's all the crap I get when I talk to mine. I mean, you send them letter, and trust me, mine knows me, especially after the 5 senator email to YouTube. My senator.
I forget you're famous.
Yeah,
you're senatorially famous.
Yeah, so I haunt them every time I can, and like I go to the town hall and I post my questions, and they just delete my questions right out so that they don't even show up.
Oh, no way!
We're
I
gonna
take
do
screenshots of them too, and then I'll post a screenshot up going, "Why you keep deleting my comments or my questions?" So yeah, I'm under the assumption that it doesn't matter what party they're from. They don't care about you. They don't care about what you want. You've got Republicans are supposed to be for guns, and Democrats are supposed to be for LGBTQ. They're for votes. They could care less.
Yeah, they're for pandering. Yeah, I support pandering.
That's all it is. They could care less. They don't care what your problem is.
That is definitely true. All right. So this is a couple different things that we can look at today. We can do the Turkish drinking game, or we can do we can do something else that's looking at FOIAs. So what do you want to do?
Doesn't matter to me.
Whose
Turkish
FOIAs
drinking-
are we looking at?
Turkish drinking.
What's the Turkish drinking game before I answer?
All right, let's do Turkish drinking game.
Really, Jason?
Or do you want to look
in a
at
bubble, man? Nobody talks to me anymore. I'm underloved, and I just learned about this thing called the internet.
All right,
Jason, I was on your podcast like last week.
I know, but you still have not seen the original. Go ahead, Joe. Say the movie name. Admit it.
Okay.
Admit
okay.
it.
Listen. Whoa,
I mean,
whoa.
It is Johnny
water under the
Trump's,
bridge.
Oh.
Water
Are we talking Red Dawn?
Yes, he has not seen the original Red Dawn.
all right. Let's go do Turkish drinking game. You think I'm kidding, Joe? You didn't have
Joe
seen Red
off.
Dawn. You're done. You're done. You're Dunsky. I'm gonna kick you. You gotta watch it within a week, or you're never getting another sponsorship. All right, this is like 2 page. We're doing 2 pages because, and we're gonna get through this. Turkish drinking game, everyone. All right, if you don't know the rules, oh, by the way, we are sponsored by we are on the Firearms Radio Network. We're going to be describing this as much as possible. Basically, Turkish drinking game. We go through and we look at what's coming into the country, and most of them is Turkish shotguns. Okay, ready? Here we go. Look.
Ooh, it's a 12 gauge shotgun.
You know what? F this. We're not doing this. No, I mean, I want to do something cool, right?
Double B says, "I'm missing the 5 for this."
Oh, you're gonna be wanting to miss the 5 for this because let's go ahead and let's go look at one thing really fast. We're gonna look at one of these, maybe 2 of these. But let's go ahead and download this here. All right.
You're missing Wolverines, John.
I'm looking at another screen.
Well, we get to play Wolverines.
Shout out to Crump, SGNE, Ultra MFers, and Jason. Thank you for everything you guys do. Wolverines MFer. Thank you so much. And because of that, we're going to do something special here. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to look at the FOIA request from anti-gunners. So let's see what they're FOIAing. Look at this. Every town.
Oh, dear Lord.
Every town wants requests for documents relating to licensees of federal firearms license. They want Richard's already seen these. We're not going to
hold on. Wait, I think we need to explain what we're looking at here so that people fully understand.
Okay.
John Crump FOIA'd what the anti-gunners are FOIAing. So it's kind of a second order FOIA. It's like a derivative.
Well, there's one where they're FOIAing we probably won't get to it today, but there's one that shows the anti-gunners FOIAing someone that FOIA'd them that I'm now FOIAing them. So it's just like big inception type thing.
So it's a third order FOIA?
Fourth order.
You FOIA'd the FOIA of the FOIA for the FOIA?
Yes. It's crazy, right? All right, so let's look. Every town is I'll give you something to do on your show, Dark. Every town is trying to FOIA like records, reprimands, and letters for CR Sales Firearms and Green Tip LLC. So they want
not CRS Firearms.
No, CR. They are FOIAing like all inspection records and everything else from those two. And now we got a FOIA, and this is one's interesting. And they were FOIAing Brico and Jimenez Arms. Jimenez Arms shut down, became JA Arms, and every town really, really pushed for them to be put out of business, and the ATF revoked their FFL.
You know what's funny is they have the full FFL number for Jimenez.
Yeah, they have for everything.
Usually it's like the first 4 and last like
6.
5,
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
That's well. Then again, you could probably get a full FFL number online very easily.
You can.
True. Yeah.
And they want to know. They want to have the same information from Shining Star Investments. That's located in Lewisville, Texas.
No, what is Shining Star Investments?
I don't know. Okay, pursuant to the request a copy of records. Here's the Trace. The Trace is an anti-gun website ran by another Bloomberg front group. They want
that in Brooklyn.
Yeah, reports, memos, videotapes, photographs, and any other and all materials associated with the joint 1998 to 1999 investigation of Suburban Sporting Goods. So, G-Webs, we are looking at the full at anti-gunners FOIAs to the ATF. I got all their FOIAs that they FOIA'd. So we're looking at what they're looking for.
Look at all the stamps.
And this is the response where they gave them all the information. This looks like it was shut down because they were wolfering, because they were doing like some
secret squirrel.
Yeah. They were they transferred a Intertech 25 caliber to someone illegally.
Intratech made a 25
Suburban Sporting Goods.
Yeah. This is all the information. It looks like they were transferring a lot of guns illegally, according to this, and they got the FFL pulled.
Now, I'm
This is,
guessing the way that works, like the Suburban Sports, is somebody gets an FFL, and then you have people that work for you under that FFL.
Yeah.
And it could be somebody under.
Yeah,
hypothetically.
I think if when I read through it, it looks like the owner was charged. So.
Oh yeah. All right.
I'm actually looking up what an Intratech 25 is, and that looks like a legit copy of a Jimenez.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this right here. This is a request pertaining to high-level officials determining overturned, reduce, or vacate remittal actions by an FFL. Now they want to look at like what a supervisor does when a company gets in trouble. Freedom of Information Act, they are requesting pertaining to Top Gun shooting sports. So what they are doing here is they're doing it again. Brady is requesting inspection records of everything of Top Gun shooting sports. And this is in Missouri, Arnold, Missouri. And now that it looks like they're doing the same for another company called Firearms Inc. And Firearms Inc. is located in Michigan, probably close to Chicago or somewhere, even though Michigan or Detroit, Michigan.
Now, I'm assuming these companies have had legal issues or ATF issues.
I mean, I don't know. I'm looking through some of these, and some of these don't really make sense. Well, it does. I think I know what's going on, and it will be in my report. But there's some that don't have any violations, but they're all tied. When my report comes out, which I'm writing right now, you'll see why they targeted specific FFLs.
Okay.
Let's say I should FOIA all the FOIAs that were against my FFL when I had it, just to see if somebody was looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jason, did you have any issues when you were in FFL?
0.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Doesn't mean somebody wasn't looking.
right.
Okay. Brady is looking for requests pertaining to all federal firearms licensees inspected in year 2016 to 2017. So what they're
What's
doing
that mean
here?
a change?
So what they're doing here is they're looking to see how many FFLs were inspected within 1 year and try to get, who was inspected, what violations were found, what actions were taken. So they're trying to build a case here. Every town here is trying to get this FOIA is for trying to get okay, let's see. I write on behalf of every town or gun safety fund to request briefing papers on individuals who lie on firearms background check forms, maybe Hunter Biden, and go to commit crimes that were commissioned by former ATF Special Agent Special in Charge David Chipman in 2006. So basically, this report was mentioned on CNN, and every town wants a copy of it. All right, let's see here. Now they're looking at Tanner Sports Center Inc. and Heritage Guild of Easton. I want to see if anybody else comes to the same conclusion. What is your problem? Okay. These are in Pennsylvania. Not really sure what's going on here. They're looking
Now,
for
do these
records.
Now, do these FFLs get notified when these requests are pulled?
No.
No.
Okay, here once again Brady is looking at KSNE Sports, and that's their FFL number, which I'm not going to give out. You can read it on the screen if you really want it. They want all records created on or after October 10th, 1996.
So that's 2 years into the Brady.
Yeah,
assault.
and they want inspections, audits, citations, and recommendations for license revocations for that FFL. Basically, he's trying to see if they've been in trouble. Where are they located at? They are located in Indianapolis.
What's funny is that licensee, their license was due to expire the year of that request.
Yeah. Okay. They are Freedom of Information Act requests pertaining to ATF Form 7 CR Part Bs. They want everyone who has a Form 7 that's located within 50 miles of Camden, New Jersey, Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, Jersey City, New Jersey, Los Angeles, California, New York, New Jersey, Oakland, California, Patterson, New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey, and Washington, D.C., which mine would have been hit by that, by the way. when I
Okay,
had mine.
so for those that don't know, Form 7 is a what?
Manufacturer.
So anybody that's building guns. So why would they be looking for who's building guns within?
These are high crime cities.
Because but a
So
Type 7
they
can act as a Type 1 as a Type 1 as well.
Right here, they want all. It says Type 7, but then down here also request Type 1, Type 2s, and Type 7s with the
10207.
A Type 7 can do a transfer. They don't have to do manufacture. There are some FFLs that will be Type 7s, but only act as Type 1. But they can manufacture if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Another request by Brady. Isn't this better than the Turkish drinking game? More interesting.
Well,
right?
I guess so on the last one, it seems to me, are they just looking for a dragnet, or are they looking for people manufacturing guns? They're looking for people selling, or do you think they're trying to get anybody that has the ability to sell?
Anybody that has the ability to sell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Freedom of Information Act. This is from Brady and September 3rd, 2019. I have tons of these, so we're probably not going to get through all of them today, but we will get through all of them eventually. I've already been through all of them, so complete disclosure. I already know what's in here. And yes, I did find stuff on Everytown acquiring about like Franklin Armory and stuff like that.
Were they inquiring about like
binary triggers and stuff?
Even what about force reset triggers?
I didn't see anything about force reset triggers. It's all binary. Okay, this is Freedom of Information Act pertaining to gun dealers identified in the 2017 Chicago Trace Report. And they have a bunch of gun dealers here. Basically, these are dealers that, guns, like guns and that were found crime scenes traced back to. Chuck's Gun Shop, Midwest Sporting Goods, Westward Sports, Cabela's, Shore Galleries, Gat Guns, Suburban Sporting Goods, Pelcher Shooting Sports, Blythe's Shooting Sports, Sporting Arms and Supply, Midwest Gun Exchange, Ray Altheron Company, Borderline Shooting Sports, and Brandy's. So basically what they're doing here is they're looking to see if these gun shops ran into any trouble.
I love how every single one of them has a fee waiver request, saying they're not using it for commercial, but yet they'll do fundraising off of it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Kioski, I had them up until now, like a couple of months ago. I don't know if we're going to get, I doubt we're going to get through all that because we sat on a call with Rich and Dark for a couple of hours going through this. Probably more than a couple hours.
That was when Joe invited us on his show.
Yeah, we were
It's like-
all looking through these. Sorry, Joe.
We're doing Secret
It's all
Squirrel
good.
stuff.
I didn't. We did. None of us even looked until after we were done. Okay, this is a FOIA request by Everytown, and they are FOIAing licensing records relating to Colorado Gun Broker and communications, which is like basically an online thing. Communications relating to the sales of a firearm to an 18-year-old Florida resident.
Well, if it's a long gun, it wouldn't have been a prohibited sale.
Yeah. G-Webs have been to some of those. They're looking for regulatory enforcement to Colorado Gun Broker, which is located in Littleton. They want audits, violations, letters of reprimands, and recommendations for suspensions and revocations. So basically, everything that they want. And it looks like he purchased a shotgun. So it's totally legal. Here is another one by Everytown, and Everytown it's a FOIA for trace data relating to crime guns in 9 cities: Baltimore, Maryland, Boston, Massachusetts, DC, Hartford, New York, Philadelphia, Trenton, and Wilmington. Wilmington's
Well,
a
then they would find
shithole.
Hunter Biden's, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I know.
They're looking for it in Wilmington.
Okay, this is from Covington, Burley. So this is on behalf of someone. I don't know who it's on behalf of. Oh, Brady right there. Okay. So they want Freedom of Information Act request. They want emails from Curtis Gibson to Marvin Richardson. Marvin Richardson was the guy that just got demoted at the ATF. Subject line: question about filling out ATF Form 6. They want pages 263 through 265 of documents released to the Brady Center Prevention. Let's see what else. Emails sent by Senior Policy Counsel to Mr. Charles Gross. A subject line: DAG talking point papers and all attachments. Basically, they have inside information here.
Yeah, if they have the actual email subject line, they've got.
Yeah.
So somebody leaked it to them, and they're looking for the official document.
Yeah, like what happens a lot is like they'll leak it, and like I'll ask for it, and they'll say whether they have it or not, or
Well, and the
release.
Form 6 is the form you fill out to become an FFL.
Yeah,
So they're looking for somebody applying, getting guidance on how to apply to be an FFL. Looks like.
yeah, maybe. Here is another one. Everytown, and they want communications. Basically, everything communications. Every time these dealers reached out to the ATF. So Automelli's Sporting Arms Inc., Woodland Park Range 2
Gunsight.
LLC, Family Shooting Centers Inc., Robert E. Menzel, Bart Skelton, Tack Drivers LLC, Gunsight Academy Inc. They want all communications to the ATF from those groups.
They're definitely trying to build a case to show something.
I know. I already figured it out. It'll come in my report. All right, another request from Everytown, our favorite Michael Bloomberg front group, and they want all licensing records relating to National Wholesale Distribution LLC, and they want all like recommendations, reprimands, and everything. Basically, what they've been looking for. Everything else. Brady is looking for dealers around Wisconsin. So they're fishing around Wisconsin. They want Paddock Lake Sporting Goods, MGS Firearms, Mills Fleet Farms, Sprecher Tavern and Sporting Goods, Gander Mountain, JD Rifle Works, American Pawn and Training, another Gander Mountain location, Burt Rand's Sporting Shop, and Bill's Gun Shop. So basically, they're fishing again. All right, another one from Brady. Same deal. What's up? These they are asking for out of business records from gun dealers in California and Utah. See why they went out of business. And that's Seagull Guns, Linnell Inc., Bullseye USA, River City Gun Exchange, Raymond G. Saunders, Discount Firearms, San Francisco Gun Exchange Inc., a couple and a few others. I'm writing my story now, Kioski. It'll probably be out by end of this week, next week. Okay, this is from Everytown. And they want request for FOIA request received by ATF from 2017 to present. Basically, they're doing what I'm doing right now. That's why at one level, that's why I got so many requests. So this is a FOIA request of a FOIA request of FOIA request.
Yes.
That probably blows your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Freedom of Information Act pertaining to the ATF documents relating to lie and try.
Now, for those who don't understand what that is, could someone explain what lie and try is?
You want to go ahead and do it, Rich?
I'm assuming, because I don't know for sure, it's where you lie on a form and you try to buy a gun.
Yes.
Yes.
And the form being a 4473.
Which is a felony, lying on a 4473.
Unless you're Hunter Biden.
True.
There is that.
But there we go. This is from the Trace. The Trace is like the ammo land of the anti-gunners. They want the most recent domain assessment for mid-year frontline performance review. So looking for performance reviews. And this is one of the things that got back. The Office of Inspector General review of the ATF and Frontline Initiative. So this is what they wanted, and this is what they got here.
And this is what, a play-by-play of what they look at when they inspect?
No, that's just like the review of how good the ATF is doing. All right, so let's go ahead and close this one down. It looks like we might get to another one here.
So I guess one question is, if I submit a FOIA to the ATF, they're supposed to, the plain, simple version, FOIA 101 is I request information and they see if it's available and give it to me. But does anybody at the ATF say, wow, they're going to make us look bad by doing, asking about all of the dirt on these dealers and we need to take some action? Does submitting a FOIA for something that could possibly make the ATF look bad motivate them to take an action?
Like what type of action are you talking about? Oh, like against someone?
Yeah, it's like, wow, they're submitting or requesting records for anybody that sells a gun within 50 miles of these cities. Maybe we need to take a look at that, because we could get some bad PR on that.
Or they're using it to juice up some figures.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like to me.
All right, let's bring up the next one here. All right, guys, here we go. All right, this right here. Oh, by the way, I did this one in coordination with GOA, by the way. Their lawyers help me, Olson and stuff.
I was gonna say the Chicken Man.
Chicken farm.
So I
Chicken
just want to
farmer,
give
sorry.
them credit. This is a Freedom of Information Act top 100 list of FFLs. And this is all the reports on those FFLs. So this is what it looks like.
That was helpful.
That's Glomar. And yesterday
Mm.
I went to the Spy Museum and they had some of the stuff from the Glomar thing.
Really?
So I took a picture and like posted it on Instagram.
What's
I mean,
I
Glomar?
missed that.
Glomar
Look
is Rich, go ahead. I'll let you explain Glomar.
Glomar is from the Hughes Glomar Explorer, where he said, the CIA said we can neither confirm nor deny. That's where the Glomar excuse came
yeah.
from.
Okay.
Because they recovered a submarine.
They recovered the remains of a Russian submarine.
Yeah. And when they were out there, so we can neither conform or deny. Now, every time you see something like this, they call that a Glomar exception.
And just one last tidbit, if for those of you who do not know Howard Hughes and the Glomar Explorer, basically the CIA came to him, said, we want to recover a submarine. You're going to say it's an underwater mining operation and you're building a ship to do it. And that's what they did.
Any relation?
And no, well, yes, apparently, but didn't mean anything. So the other thing, what was the stealth ship prototype? So part of the ships used for the Glomar Explorer was used for the Sea Stealth. It was basically a floating barge, and they used that to hide the Sea Stealth at the shipyard.
The Sea Stealth is that plane that looks like a W, and it's like really, really small.
No, the Sea Stealth, it was almost like an extruded pyramid. With semi-submersible hulls.
Yeah, it's very interesting design. All right, so this is one of the warning letters that they received, and this is for Perry's Gun Shop, and they were cited for a bunch of different things.
Wow.
No, well, that's agencies, and this is just a bunch of different things. All right, so let me go ahead and close this one down. This is just mostly responses. And I will bring up the last one here. I hope you guys are getting something out of this.
Yeah, I want you to help me build a FOIA now.
What's that?
I want you to help me build a FOIA now.
Isn't there like FOIA 101 somewhere on the internet?
No, I got a whole entire like video on how to do it.
Oh yeah?
It got like 5 views. Seriously, like no one freaking cared.
Or did the algorithm just bury it?
Maybe.
Probably. They're like,
so
what is this guy doing?
This is some of the stuff they FOIA'd that we've already looked at. Nothing too interesting here. This is just internal documents. All right, Everytown here. They want licensing records related to North County Pond Center.
Where is North County Pond?
North County Pond is yep. But here's something interesting.
Palmerity.
Yeah, so they want that violation suspensions, and that's in
that's 2020, January 2020.
Missouri. And this is a FOIA request of Polymer 80. They want all the Polymer 80 has a FFL. They want all the applications, inspections, reports, audits, violations, letters of reprimand, recommendations of suspensions and revocation, and all communications relating to these records. Polymer 80 located in Nevada and has been license since approximately September 2016.
So could you FOIA like all requests against, I don't know, JSD from Everytown?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, but I have all the FOIAs of. Oh, I have all their FOIAs. Okay. FOIA request of ATF policies regarding withholding of information under the Tower Rider. And I'm
Yeah,
sure the-
This whole thing seems like they're trying to stack information for statistics when they say, well, you know, over this period of time, this is what happened around these local cities.
Right, or the
that's
average
exactly
city.
what
Yeah.
they're doing.
I mean, I went to college, you know.
There you go. That's exactly what they're doing. A Firearms Information Act pertaining to the total Firearms Inc. And they want same thing, records of violations, recommendations, suspensions, all that good stuff. And here's another one, Peninsula Premier Pro Shop. And they want all the same things. And this is in Washington. It's near Portland, within 50 miles of Portland. All right. This one right here is from The Trace, which I'll remind you again is the anti-gun version of AmmoLand. And they want they're forming all applications for federal firearms licensees and any and all federal firearms licensees granted to FFLs. And
They're
they want
asking for a specific FFL.
Yeah, American Pawn Shop Inc.
But so here's
In
the
Georgia.
trick with that. If they're asking for all information, because they gave the entire FFL, they're only going to get 3 years of records. By the way, that they're asking for the license number.
Yeah. Where's
Like,
the
what is
FOIA
the-
for TanneriteDog.com? Slump Dog says.
But what my question is, what is what's the significance of the years they're asking?
Now you have to ask. I mean, if you ask for just everything, they're gonna come out and say there's too much information. You need to narrow it down.
So they're
So-
just breaking it out into separate FOIAs then.
Yeah.
Jason, are you saying an FFL renews every 3 years?
Yeah, so like if you see the FFL number right there for San Diego Guns,
Mhm.
that 8L, their license probably expired in 2018.
Ah, okay.
So
San
that
Diego-
that number right before the letter tells you the last digit of the year that the FFL is valid till.
hmm
Okay, so it's San Diego Guns. They want all inspection records, but they also want crime guns that were sold from there. And demand letters.
So, and I've seen this in recent documents. They talk about bad FFLs. And I'm like, actually, John and Jason were both FFLs. I know you guys. You guys want to be as squeaky clean as possible. I can't picture anybody goes through the trouble of being an FFL intentionally looks to sell guns to bad guys.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to say on stuff like this is they're going to say these bad FFLs are organized crime. Bet you
Conspiracy.
that's the wording that they would try to use.
And
This is
don't get me
organized
wrong,
crime.
I'm sure there are people that do bad things in every group. I'm not saying FFLs are exempt, but there's a paper trail that's going to get you a felony.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, if you read here, it looks like there was a Pacific shooting at the synagogue in Poway, California. The Chabad synagogue. It looks like the guy
Chabad.
got the guns from San Diego Guns. And they and
57
here they
and
want all
44.
records with Cabela's. Okay, another one. Every town they want FOIA request for productions for the 3 years. In 2017 request. So basically, maybe they watched the Turkish drinking game and they want to know. Who's doing it.
It's taken off. The Turkish drinking game is definitely
They're going to
taken
play
off.
their own version.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. FOIA request for Lucky Gunner. Actually, I think I bought some. Oh, I got some ammo today from for like under 30 cents a round for 9mm.
Wow.
Woohoo!
It's even shipped. I called up because I thought I was like, dude, that's cheap, and then they're like, no, we actually have it in stock. I called up, like, all right, just making sure. Look kind of cheap.
But knowing John, he's not going to shoot it. He just wants it for the primers.
No,
I gotta get my next two calibers I got to stock up on is a 5.56, 223, and 45 ACP. I'm like
All right.
down to like half a box of 45. It's pretty depressing.
all right. So they're looking for all records related to Lucky Gunner and military ballistic industries, and this is March of 2020. Yeah, I told you we're gonna get closer. And remember that other one that they did where they wanted they want all FFLs
Kenosha.
within 50 miles of Kenosha, Milwaukee.
Gee, wonder what they were looking for.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Some
Wazowski,
kid.
Racing, Walworth, Washington, and Waukesha, Wisconsin. Oh, they want all records like that.
Self-identity. Well, did you see? Wait, go back to that one for a second. Did you see what they were looking for? Brady requests information concerning the self-identified race or ethnicity of responsible persons as contained. They're looking for a demographic.
Yes.
Now that's very interesting.
All right.
Yeah, they're
Another
looking to
one
see
for
what
Lucky.
race is buying guns.
Yeah, another one for Lucky Gunner, but except this one's from Everytown. Okay, another Everytown, and they are looking for production records. Turkish drinking game. They're going to start playing on their own website, I guess. And they want all records related to firearm ammunition transferred by Cabela's to Jack Kolek, including but not limited to 45 ACP 357 Magnum bullets purchased on November 3, 2016.
Yeah, they're looking for the
And-
ammunition too.
And all reports, documentations, records related to any investigations involving shooting of Anthony King by Jake Collette on November 6th. So some dude got shot and they're trying to pin it on Cabela's. And here is another one. This one's by Brady about Cabela's. And it's the same Cabela's. So they're looking for the same thing. And here's a Brady looking for the same thing about San Diego Guns LLC. Here is the Trace. And they are looking for, let's see what they're looking for here. Applications become FFLs when they were requested. And this is for a different year. So remember how I said they break it up so they don't get rejected? Exactly what they're doing right here. Oh, and they want all records reflecting crime guns sold by Peninsula Premier Pro Shop. And they want all reports, documents relating to the investigation of the shooting of Tabitha LeBlanc by Todd Brandon. So I guess he must have bought his gun at Premier Pro Shops. And this right here, if Another one, Freedom of Information Act request pertaining to Peninsula Pro Shops. So basically what they're doing here is they're trying to go back in time and, break it up. The Freedom of Information Act request pertaining to the Total Firearms Inc. Let's see. Any
That's
record?
a Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah. I do not know Walter. Even on his Dirtfoot Racing account. All right, here's every town and they want request of ATF policies regarding withholding of information under the Tyrant Rider Act. So they want to know like policies on withholding information, like they don't give out on FOIAs. Okay, so this is every town, and they want the FOIA request licensing records relating to Polymer 80 Inc. So here they're digging to try to get something on Polymer 80. This is some of the stuff that they gave back. This is this case management stuff. And we are almost done here. So, yeah, we had 2 minutes. So we're going to end it right there. Do you guys think we should continue doing this stuff? You guys out in the audience.
Well, I think what we're demonstrating is that the gun grabbers are always working and that they're always trying to find data to correlate and to give points or credit to their argument about taking guns from people.
Yeah. G-Webs, I don't want to release like private information from those FFLs. But when my article does come out, all the documents that you have seen and all my other documents that I have will all be released. So that's going to allow everyone to go through it.
Yeah, this is a very, very interesting. It makes my mind go like, what are they planning? Now that I kind of know, Dark kind of already made me, aware that I was on the right track. What are they going to use this for?
You'll have to find out when John says later this week.
Yeah. Yeah. G-Webs.
Sounds like I'll give you the answer before he releases the article.
G-Webs, you can you'll be able to look at all the documentation and everything else. Do you think this is G-Webs? This is a specific question for you. Do you think sharing this information and going through it on streams is useful to people? I think it is.
As long as you don't do it like every show.
No, I'm not going to do it every show.
I mean, this thing is.
That's a lot to unpack.
It is. It gives you a really good look into what's going on behind the scenes of how they're building cases and how they can start distorting numbers. Because if you look at those FOIA requests, they're looking for very specific things, not everything.
Yeah, they're not looking for some rural area where nothing goes on.
Yeah. So it kind of gives you an idea. I mean, you keep on seeing some of the same, urban areas popping up in those requests. I mean, you look at the one thing, the one thing that stood out for me is they're looking for people's ethnicity, and they're trying to make a case there.
Well, if black people start getting guns, the gun laws will change. I'm quoting somebody.
Exactly. Yeah. I know the person you're quoting, and she's the authority on that too.
I'm like, oh my! How are you not suspended?
I like a specific reaction video to that from a very specific person.
Or his initial CN.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we could say who it is. So we're talking about Joy Behar.
Yeah. Joy Behar, yeah.
On The View. And Colion Noir he's so well spoken. He is just
Well, you can tell
He's an attorney, a gun guy, and a person of color. So
He is?
G-Web says, this is a great project. It gives us info and can inspire others to think outside the box on discovering how to keep us moving forward. Great stuff, in my opinion. Thank you, G-Webs. I mean, I know this is kind of dry. We lost some users, but I think it's actually worth doing.
Yeah, but the ones that stuck with it are the ones that are going to dig into this stuff. You know,
Yeah.
they're the ones going to spread a little more information about it.
Yeah, I'm going to release it so you guys can throw it everywhere you want. Download it, do whatever you need to do it. All right, I thought tax info was private. Yes.
Taxation is theft.
well, and that's the other thing. You know, if you talk about crime guns in Chicago, we all know they come from neighboring states where the gun laws are more relaxed.
Like what did like who said you're only as safe as the state within I don't know, something stupid. What was it?
A few hour drive, you know, whatever.
Yeah. You're only
But,
as safe as with the state
but-
gun laws that's only a few hours drive. I don't know what the hell.
When you flip that on its head, why is it the states where they have the relaxed gun laws, there isn't the crime like Chicago has? You know, let's say Illinois, neighboring states that have more relaxed gun laws don't have the gun crime that they do in Chicago, but they have
Well, you
the
see,
availability of the guns.
But that's what they're saying, though. If you hear about Chicago, it's not the guns that are sold there; it's the guns that are sold in Indiana that cross the border into them.
But
That's what they're
right. So if the guns being sold in Indiana are a problem, how come Indiana doesn't have a problem?
exactly.
I don't know, man.
So
All right, guys.
when a gun crosses the state line into Illinois, all of a sudden, it's a problem. But if it stays in Indiana, where they have more relaxed gun laws, it's okay.
All right, guys. That is it for today. You can follow me on John Crump at local.com. Check out John Crump News for the latest gun news. We are sponsored today by 1776 Supply Co. And we are featured on the Firearms Radio Network. You can find Rich on MySpace at Flying Rich. Also, Instagram.
You can be my second friend if you sign up right now.
No. At Instagram at flyingrich_official. Check them out on YouTube at Flying Rich. And with that, we're going to go over to Rogue Banshee. You can find him at what is it? trb.fyi.
Yeah.
The Rogue Banshee.
TRB.FYI.
Yeah, the Rogue Banshee on YouTube, the Rogue Banshee on Instagram, and all social media platforms. Shooting Gallery New England can be found on YouTube as Shooting Gallery NE. Also,
In 1 hour.
Shooting Gallery NE on Instagram and all social media platforms. All right. Anyone wants to give the final word? Joe, final word. You raise your hand.
I didn't raise my hand, actually. I was just looking at something on my. I was actually looking at.
All
So
right,
on
well,
the
go
fly.
ahead. You can in 1 hour.
You got it.
You'll be doing a show on Shooting Gallery NE. So tell us the final word.
Stay safe and carry a gun.